So I forgot to record the intro for this video, so this is me from the future. The clothes I'm wearing now, my hair will be a little longer than you see in the video right now. Anyway, so what you're about to watch is part 3 of this 3-part series where I talk about me making this sick game about a toilet named Tuffy for a school project. I worked on this game throughout my entire semester, and this video is the climax of this 3-part series. Will I finish this game on time? Will it be any good? Only one way to find out. Watch this video. Christmas break is coming, and I'm starting to question whether I should continue to work on the game during the break. You know, it would be awesome if I could get extra work in, but then again I was like, my game's practically done. I probably don't have to do much left, so I kind of just had fun during the break. Last 3 days of the break though, I realized that I'm a fool and I want to add a little bit more to the game, which I'd have barely enough time to add. I want to add a boss fight to my game, and I have 1 month to do that. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I found refuge in Bracky's tutorial. I found an awesome tutorial on creating a simple boss fight where the boss would kind of just walk around and hit you if it got close enough, and I thought that was perfect for my game and what I had so far. The only problem was that I needed a design for my boss. So quickly, on the beginning of January, on Affinity Designer, I designed the first concept for my boss. It was a gear toilet, and it would kind of have like a rotating wheel, which it used to like move around. I quickly got a design for the toilet, the boss toilet, and the reason there's so many gears here is just because Affinity Designer had a template image of a gear. There's no reason for it to have gears all over it. I kind of just thought that would look pretty cool, and it actually does. It doesn't make any sense to the story whatsoever, but I'll make it make sense because I'm making the game. I get to pick what the story is, deal with it. So now that I actually had the design for the toilet, I needed some animations for it, for the attacking, the running, the face change, the dying, that kind of stuff. Unlike my player character, which used a sprite sheet animation, the animations for this boss were a little too complicated to be made with sprite sheets. It would look weird, it would look clunky. I mean, I actually never tried it, but for some reason when I was making it, I thought it should look a lot more smooth because it's a boss, and it's a big boss. It's the biggest thing of the big project. So after spending a few days learning how to use Spine 2D, which is what I use to animate my gear toilet, I know what you're gonna say. Why'd you spend money on Spine for a school project? I want my game to be the best it can be, and if that means spending money on the best tools, it means spending money on the best tools. I bought the regular version anyway. I'm not a crazy psycho who spends $400 on animating software. That's stupid. Took me like 2 days, but I got all the animations I wanted for my game. I had an attack animation, a death animation, a running animation, a spawning animation, and I also had the animations for the face change animation. Got those animations into the game. No, wait, we actually didn't, because Unity isn't compatible with the version of Spine I'm using for some reason because of some weird export settings, which I eventually fixed. Apparently, it was a problem in the export settings, which disallowed me from actually bringing the animations properly into Unity. It works now, and here's my reaction to actually fixing it. So pretty much the next day after figuring out that problem, my teacher emailed me asking me if I wanted my game to be put into my school's orientation event, so that kids from grade 8 from different schools could go to the school and play my game, be like, oh, this is cool, I want to be able to do this in school, so I'm going to do that. Right away I was nervous because I don't know if my game was, let's say, appropriate for the orientation event. Kids that age would kind of attribute my game with a certain meme that's been pretty popular these days that might make my game look like a joke. Besides that, I was stressed out. First of all, the game was not complete. I had the first 2 levels done, but this boss fight I wanted to be done, because if I made this boss fight for the game, it would look awesome. Everyone would love it. It would be like the coolest thing I've ever done in my life. And by the way, my teacher emailed me about this like 2 days before we actually did do it, so I was scrambling to trying to figure out this entire boss thing, and I think the stress might have made my ability to figure it out less good, if that makes sense. Just one of the main issues that I ran into was Corgi Engine just not being compatible with Bracky's tutorial. I was trying to combine Corgi Engine's health bar system, their damage on touch system, other components like that with the actual boss, and for some reason the code kind of mixed up weirdly, and then my boss kind of just stood still or teleported out of the map. So yeah, I didn't actually finish the boss for the orientation. So what I ended up doing was just having the boss stand still in the final room, and then you can just look at him. So I'm rushing to school. It was like 6 p.m., getting prepared for the kids to arrive. And I'm actually part of my school's choir, so I have to do that before I actually presented my game to everybody. I sung one song with the choir. I went back to the computer science room, and no one played my game. Absolutely no one. For the entire orientation, I think my friends played the game, and that's it. I went through all that stress just for no one to play the game, but it's kind of funny. It's kind of my fault. I probably should have been there, like, telling people play the game, because I think they kind of just saw it on the screen and like, oh, yeah, that's something. Alright, yeah. Time to finish up the game. So I was running out of ideas here. Corgi Engine was not compatible with Bracky's tutorial. I still had the same problem before. Bracky's tutorial was not compatible with Corgi Engine, and they were just like, they were not working. So my last resort, sadly, was to use ChatGPT, and it worked surprisingly well. ChatGPT came up with some scripts which made it a little bit more compatible with Corgi Engine and Bracky's tutorial. It fixed some pretty major bugs that were happening that I did not understand whatsoever. It actually helped me add some more mechanics to the boss fight. And after ChatGPT's help, finally, the boss was done. After 5 months, this game is finally done. It was time to hand it in and present it to the class. It was finally the moment I've been waiting for 5 whole months. All the struggles I went through, the pain and suffering, the blood, sweat, and tears, all of it was for this moment here, to present my game in front of my entire class. Would they laugh at me? Would they think my game was awesome? Would they think that it is the hugest disappointment ever? There's only one way to find out, and that was to present it to them. I walk into the class, sit down, and the teacher walks in, and here's what he says. Hey guys, I know that you've been preparing your final presentations for me to watch and to grade, but all the other tech classes aren't doing that. They just created a poll for you to answer, oh, what did you like about that class? What do you think we could do better for next year? That kind of stuff, you know? So yeah, we're not going to end up doing the presentations. Yeah, sorry. What? You're saying that for the past 5 months, I prepared this presentation for this one moment here, and it turns out we don't even have to present the games to each other. It turns out it was changed last moment. The teacher said we wouldn't have to do it, actually, just because the other tech classes weren't doing it. They said they prepared this poll for us. This poll that, like, asked us questions like, did you like the course? What could we change about it to be better next year? He would, like, you know, see the presentations that we submitted to him individually. He would get to play my game and grade it, but I'm finished my game now. Honestly, I don't know how to feel. I was working on it for a long time. I'm really proud of what I've been able to accomplish for the past 5 months, and I'm just glad I got this opportunity in the first place to make a game for the school. Look, not a lot of people get that opportunity to do something they love for school for the entire semester. I'm really grateful for it, and I'm happy that I got this chance. Now, to tell you guys about the grade I actually got, hear this. I got 100%! When I saw this a few days later after the course ended, I was so happy. Really glad that I got that 100%. I felt like I earned it, you know? That was like, I deserve this after making this sick, awesome game that took me 5 months to make. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and if you are interested in playing the game, the final version of it is linked in the description for the itch.io page. Other than that, I got nothing else to say, really. I'm just really happy, and I want to continue making games in the future like this. Thanks for watching, guys, again, and I appreciate you all joining me on this journey.